Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the press, we'd like to thank you for joining us today for the official launch event of MEHRTEAB GETU ADVOCATES LLP, an event 25 years in the making, the first official corporate law firm in Ethiopia. You'll be hearing today from the founding partners, Mr. MEHRTEAB and Mr. Getu Shefaro. I would like to introduce them. Please, sir.
By way of introduction, my name is MEHRTEAB. I'm the managing partner of the firm, Getu and MEHRTEAB Advocates LLP. In terms of expertise, my core expertise is project finance. So let me leave the floor for Getu to introduce himself, and then we'll say a few things about why we are having this conference. So Getu.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Getu Shefaro. I'm one of the founding partners of MEHRTEAB in the Getu Advocates LLP. My main practice is corporate practice, which includes investment, merger and acquisitions, private equity, and project finance also. So MLA is one of the pioneer corporate advisory service in Ethiopia. So today is the day when we are going to launch this firm officially to our clients.
So both of us are lawyers in the private practice. If you ask me, I have been in the private legal practice for over 2 decades. Over 2 decades I have been in the private legal practice. And one of the big limitations in our private legal practice was not being able to establish law firms in this market. The last over 2 decades I was practicing as a sole practitioner, which was not enabling, which was not helpful to grow our practice. But recently the Ethiopian Parliament, as part of the profound legal reform undergoing in the country to make Ethiopia a business-friendly jurisdiction, Parliament ratified a new legislation allowing law firms to be established in this market. So Getu and me have been working for the last 8 years together. We are the partners of the firm, but otherwise there are over 20 lawyers working in our firm. So when this law was passed by the Parliament, Getu and me started the discussion to establish a law firm, a de jure law firm, and today is the launching event for our newly established law firm. Without having a de jure law firm on a de facto arrangement, we have been practicing law, as I told you, for over 2 decades, especially after 2012. It was a corporate law firm with a de facto arrangement assisting clients. So we're not newcomers to the practice, we're not starting a new thing, but we have been doing this job for so many years. But now with the enabling legislation, we are launching our law firm today.
Let me briefly tell you our practices, our services to the investment community, mainly foreign investors. So in Ethiopia at this time, at the federal level, there are about 5,000 licensed lawyers, and I can safely say maybe 99 and more than that is solo practitioners, mainly engaging in litigation matters. Okay, litigation obviously is something which comes to the scene when there is a problem, when there is a challenge, or when there is a summon from a court, and litigation lawyers most of the time litigate a number of issues before a court. But the idea of corporate legal practice is to advise the investment community on Ethiopian legal system, on the institutional framework, on the regulatory framework, and we provide the whole range of services, starting from maybe advising them before foreign investment community come to Ethiopia. We advise them on the investment environment in Ethiopia, the investment regulations, the tax system, the employment law, immigration related issues. And if they decide to come to Ethiopia, we advise them on a number of options they can take options, I mean the investment vehicles, whether they have to come to Ethiopia in the form of commercial representative office, project office, private limited company, share company, branch, or the options they have under Ethiopian commercial code. The menu of organizational choices. We give them the options and we advise them on the most ideal entity options, and after that we draft all the relevant documents for them. We process registration, licensing from A to Z on behalf of them in Ethiopia, and after registration we advise them on follow-up matters like employment, tax, and on a number of Ethiopian laws. And the whole idea is to make sure that when they work in Ethiopia, they follow the rules and the regulations of Ethiopia, and that they don't end up in courts litigating something which will actually affect their operation in Ethiopia. And mainly we are transaction advisory services. We don't concentrate on litigation, on dispute resolution, but we advise them on compliance, and we want them to follow Ethiopian laws and the regulations when they do business in Ethiopia.
Let me add two things, and then if you have questions, we will start taking your questions. The first thing is it would be proper to let you know our global network. Our firm is a member to the Ethiopian Bar Association. We are members to the International Bar Association. Until the pandemic hits, we used to attend annual conferences of the International Bar Association. GETU, representing the firm, attended the two meetings. One was in the last
Washington.
one was
the last one was in Sydney, Australia.
Sydney and Washington. We regularly travel and attend IBA conferences. We are also members to the INTA. INTA stands for International Trademark Association. We regularly go to that annual conference as well on intellectual property matters. And we have a membership to a global network of lawyers. Top on the list would be our membership to the DLA Piper Africa Group, and I'm a member to the board. We do have also a relationship firm status with all the big law firms operating globally, especially for those of you who have some insight about legal practice. London is the hub. London is the hub for the service sector, and there is an area they call the 1 square mile area and the magic circle firms. We have a relationship firm status with all the big law firms working in London, so that gives us a leverage to help clients operating in this market. In terms of client base, MLA, our law firm, have over 300 corporate clients. Companies like Coca-Cola, Hilton, Sheraton, Japanese Tobacco International. If you name the biggest corporates, the foreign corporates operating in this market, most of them are our clients, and we provide services in the areas GETU mentioned minutes back. So I think it would be proper if we stop our introductory remarks here, and if you have questions, we'd be happy. And next to this, I think we have to make this statement in our local language in Amharic. የስራ ኃላፊነቴ አዲስ የተቋቋመው ምህረተአብና ጌቱ አድቮኬትስ ኤልኤልፒ የሚባለው የመጀመሪያ ሊባል በአይነቱ የመጀመሪያ የሚባል የሎ ፈርም ነው። የዚህ ሎ ፈርም ማኔጂንግ ፓርትነር ነኝ። ጌቱ አንተን አስተዋውቅና ወደሚቀጥለው ነገር እንሄዳለን።
እንዴት ዋላችሁ? ስሜ ጌቱ ሽፈራው የምህረተአብና ጌቱ አድቮኬትስ ኃላፊነቱ የተወሰነ ሽርክና ማህበር መስራች ፓርትነር ነኝ። እኔ የምሰራው በብዛት ኢንቨስትመንት ላይና ብድርን በተመለከተ ሜይንሊ ከውጪ የሚመጣ ወደ ኢትዮጵያ የሚመጣ ወደ መንግስት ልማት ድርጅቶች ወደ ኢትዮጵያ መንግስት ወደ ኢንቨስተሮች የሚመጣ ብድር ፋይናንስን በተመለከተ እዛ ዙሪያ ላይ ነው የምክር አገልግሎት የምሰጠው። ዛሬ ላውንች ከመሆኑ በፊት ወደ 9 ዓመት ኤምኤልኤ ውስጥ ሰርቻለሁ። ከአሶሺየት ጀምሮ በእኛ ስራ ውስጥ የመጀመሪያው አሶሺየት፣ ሲኒየር አሶሺየት፣ ሌጋል ዳይሬክተር እያለን ወደ ፓርትነር ከመምጣቴ በፊት በዛ ስቴጅ ውስጥ እያለፍኩ 9 ዓመት ሰራ ነበር በዚህ ዘርፍ። አሁን ደግሞ ያለንበት ቦታ ላይ ደርሰናል። ምህረተአብ
እንግዲህ ሁላችሁም እንደምታውቁ